It's so quiet. Hello, welcome to Columbus Local Podcast. I'm Len D'Amico, and this is episode 121. And today it is my great pleasure and honor to speak with Delyn Christian.
Hello. Nice to be back in town.
You are in town. You're here in Columbus.
Yeah.
Back in town. Gabrielle Johnston also joins us. She's a friend of Delyn's, and we'll talk a little bit about that connection too. But say hi.
Hello.
Gabrielle Johnston. How do you know Gabrielle? That might be a story.
I don't really remember how we met. That was just on stage, I think. I don't know.
I was lucky enough to be invited to a Tuesday night show
right.
at Gatsby's, and I walked up to that's with John Schwab friends, and I walked up to the stage, and then all of a sudden the human lightning bolt, as I started calling him at the beginning, comes and takes the stage next to me, and I'm just standing there like, what is happening? All of the movement, it's not, you're telekinetic when you perform, and it's so cool to watch. And I couldn't even keep my head straight. I was like, I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing right now, because I was so mind blown because I'm between those two talents, and just wow. Anyway, that's it.
It's all John.
It's all John.
He is Birdie.
And Gabrielle was kind enough, to treat Beth and I to one of your shows recently in Columbus.
Very good.
And we thoroughly enjoyed that evening with our friends, but we also had the treat of your performance.
I
and
appreciate that.
It was powerful.
Well, thank you. It's a good band.
It is a good band.
I got some good players.
You do. Yeah. And your horn section,
from the street players,
I've known for since I was a teenager.
Oh, really?
I've known John Pollock as a kid.
Shout out John Pollock.
Shout out John Pollock, and to the street players.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that
Mark
band.
Morrison, too.
Mark Morrison is a Ohio State marching band alum.
Yeah.
But he marched, I believe, don't quote me on this, but Beth, my partner, the love of my life, Beth Newsom-Cronenweth, who may be in and out. Hopefully she is. She's got big plans today and tomorrow. But she was in the Ohio State marching band as well, and there's a connection. Very cool. It was kind of cool. So it was fun to see the street players' horns.
Yeah, they're a great band.
With you.
Yeah. Oh, they've been my horn section. Anytime we do the Joe Cocker show, it's always the street players' horns. They're great. Good friends forever and ever. Many years. And many years for you creating music in and around Columbus. True.
And, we can talk about a lot of things, Delyn. And I have Gabrielle here, too, to help us, prod with some themes. But, if you don't mind, maybe in your words, just kind of describe how you view yourself with music and what it means to you.
I'm a troubadour, I hope. I love writing songs, painting pictures. Sometimes you got to steal other people's pains when things are good in your life and you don't have the pain to write about, which is okay too. But, music's been my world since I was 8, pretty much, It's my wife's only competition, she'll tell you.
Your music.
Yeah, but she loves it. You pick your road when you're in your early teens or whatever, of what you think you want to do. And for me, it was watching the 68 comeback tour with Elvis, in the black leather, and kind of destroyed you, Everybody wanted to be Elvis, still want to be Elvis. But
the imagery of that concert is just seared in so many, including you.
Yeah,
that's really
definitely. Cool. My grandmother on my mother's side was a huge Elvis fan, and we would go to Morristown, Tennessee on vacations when we lived here in Columbus. And they had the ABC Monday night movies, that would come on at like 11 o'clock. She'd get off work at 11 o'clock, and there'd be all those Elvis movies, Girls, 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 and, Love Me Tender. And she'd always say, that's Elvis Presley. He's a pretty man. There's nothing wrong with being a pretty man. So all you pretty men out there, power to you.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys. So, were you inspired to pick up the guitar then, as well as want to perform?
Yeah. Oh,
vocally?
yeah. Always. I got my first guitar at 8. My dad bought me, and we used to borrow one when we lived in Kentucky before we moved here. And it's just, I was kind of devastated when I had to let it go. And so he fixed me up. We went to, still hangs on my wall, still stays in tune. But yeah, it was pretty much, I think, meant to be. Once I got a guitar in my hands, I couldn't put it down. To this day, I come home from gigs and still play. But that's what keeps you going. It's always a learning experience, hopefully.
Oh yeah, here it is. And you started then, and where were you influenced locally then in Columbus with this newfound desire, discovering this is who you are? But
I was into John Prine at a very young age, and that kind of, when I was 14, 15 years old, I was doing John Prine tunes, and Allman Brothers, Joe Cocker, and all that. My sister, Kathy, she used to run, I think, 3 or 4 Buzzard's Nest record stores in town, and so she was always bringing home stuff that, aren't really famous or wasn't really famous, and just stuff coming up. But I've always been into this singer-songwriter, Jim Croce, Gordon Lightfoot, John Prine.
Really deep theme.
Yeah.
Lyrics and music, and feeling what's happening in your life at the time. So you're kind of soaking things up. It seems
I would say
going through that.
if you're dating a musician or you're in a relationship with a musician, if they're songwriters and they can't explain what's on their mind, they can sing it to you in 3 minutes and usually get the point across. But it's a different way of communication.
Yeah,
I think
it's spiritual though.
Yeah,
and it's a channel.
Yeah, it is spiritual.
Did you find yourself writing early then?
Oh yeah, I started
expressing
writing
that way?
songs at.
So you have this
13,
catalog
14, yeah.
from that time forward.
Yeah, I
Fast.
still have it in tubs of lyrics that have written songs from, on the back of Kroger receipts, because I worked for Kroger's in Worthington Square my youth for years and years, and I'd write songs at the register, just pull off that tape receipt. So there's, half songs from 74 to today, and my wife put them all together and was going to make a book out of it for me for Christmas one year. She thought that'd be really cool, and she couldn't do it because she got into reading these, at that time, a heartbroken young man that was, trying to make it through life and getting kicked around. And she goes, it was just so sad. I said, why would you do that? Why would you open Pandora's box? But I have found some stuff that, I started writing, hadn't finished, and then finishing stuff, so that's good.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who wrote forlorn
Oh.
poetry at 14.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shel Silverstein, I think, was a big influence also as far as,
That tracks.
reading his books or as a kid or having them read to you and then realizing that's the same guy that wrote Cover the Rolling Stones, for Dr. Hook. But even when I go back and read his books now, there's just short poems, just meaning really nothing but showing so much, I think that's cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very deep, and it's, I think, in my personal experience, it was a very spiritual experience to witness and be a part of your show, the last time. And that's recent, but I suspect that that DNA is still there for you. And it's just stronger and stronger and
It's a
stronger.
channeler, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, well, and I think you are a channeler, Gabrielle.
That's
When
very
you
kind.
perform too, there's a lot of similarities, and seeing John Schwab, in his shows and the people that he's been associated over the years, including yourself.
It's real music and real.
It's
No,
a
not really.
real
I'm just a
experience,
guest.
And I'm starting to experience that personally, performing some of the music that I'm doing with Gabrielle. And so I that when you reach those moments, that I think that's part of being. I don't want to use the word. I think to be so, people seem to be so grateful that they get to do these live performances because of how that exchange it's a different level of existence.
It is. It's nice to be able to look people in the eye and.
But you exemplify all that with your performance.
Thank you. I just try to. It just happens, and some nights are more intense than others. When we were doing that, the Cocker show, and Tammy Walkup and I, who's part of the Heatwave, London Ronstadt tribute band around town. It's great.
They're amazing.
We've done the Cocker show since day one, and I think we did it in 1999 to start with, and did it throughout the years, once or twice a year for some kind of charity or all that. But Tammy and I were getting so emotional because it had been 15 years since we'd done the show, and I told her, said Sunday night, no eye contact, no eye contact, for the second show. But yeah, you have to leave that. I think you have to leave that raw emotion on the stage. You can't try to keep yourself from being emotional in front of your crowd, because that's when they connect with you more.
That's it.
Yeah, it becomes an experience.
Yeah.
And it's a gift.
Well, it's nice when people come up and they say, how did you write My Problem? How did you don't know me and you wrote the song. It's a nice way to, touch people.
Oh, for sure.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's a gift.
Yeah. Well, I believe that. It's a gift you have to work at, but it is a gift if you have that talent.
You still have these receipts that you wrote these songs on from back in the day?
In my office right now.
You're going through them currently?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah. I just finished one the other night that I started in, I think, 2018. And it kind of sat around. I think my wife cleaned my office for me. So anytime she does that, we find little gems. And we found a bunch of them.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's cool. It's interesting to go back and see things you wrote when you were 15, 16 years old, or recordings that you make, 30, 40 years ago. You're like, who is that singing?
Were you a cashier, just kind of living? So what was that process? How did these documents now, these many years later, what was that process of getting
somebody would come through the lines, like sitting at a bar now, and they say something. That's a hook line. Right, that's when they give you those paper receipts, and they would just have to change that roll. And I just rolled a bunch off. And the cool thing about that was, though, every time you would punch a thing to roll some tape to write a song on, it would date it. So it had Kroger Worthington Square with the date and the time.
Wow, man.
I didn't realize it then, but it's kind of cool now.
That is very cool. Yeah. That is indeed cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone trips in line and says something like, "Oh, I should have known."
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, I should have known."
Well,
that kind of a thing, right?
My mom got me the job when I was maybe 16, I guess, because she bowled with the head checker at the Charlene Miller, I think was her name, and I was, not really working or trying to be whatever I'm trying to be. She said, "I got you this job at Kroger's. You can go up and talk to Charlie Miller." And I was on my way to a gig at Mr. Brown's down. Mr. Brown's was a famous dive bar in Columbus here that everybody kind of cut their teeth at. But, so I had 2 guitars, and I'd come do my shift, and I always they let me put my guitars up in the manager's office. And one of them ended up being a bluegrass picker, so he thought it was cool because I had a Martin D18, and that was the thing,
Right on. That was the thing, and it still is the thing.
Yeah. But it was cool. I mean, working. I've always worked 3 jobs. It's been that and something else, and music and radio. So it's always been, till we moved to Tennessee, it was 80-hour weeks.
And then you could relax and knock it down to 2.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So you mentioned radio. So was that so as a young guy, it seemed you were working couple jobs at a time, but it seems you got into radio at some point. Was that your kind of, you were in music and then you decided to go that way?
No, I was fascinated with radio. Well, I mean, I started, about the same time, really. But I was fascinated with radio forever and ever. Spook Beckman used to be at WCOL downtown, and their studios was the corner studio, so it was a window studio. So when my mom would take me downtown to Lazarus, we'd go by the radio station. There'd be Spook Beckman in there with his turntables and his albums and reading copy and faking commercials, They'd say, "Here's cheeseburger, talk for 60 seconds about a cheeseburger," and he would. And Ron Barlow, who owns WMNI, Dave Barlow, his son and I went to high school together. And they did this thing every Friday night at the Southern Theater called the Country Cavalcade, which was their version of the Grand Ole Opry. So my band was kind of the house band at 15, 16 years old, and we'd be backing up Charlie Rich and Loretta Lynn and whoever was coming through town. But his dad owned the radio stations, and he would take me into the stations and let me see how these guys worked. And we'd be live on the air, and he'd say, "Okay, you guys got to be quiet for 60 seconds because I got to read a commercial." Live, at the Southern Theater. So that was kind of cool. That was the beginning of the end, and, kind of playing radio jock up in my room with 2 turntables and a microphone.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's, the 2 jobs you can't really get paid at, music and radio. That's my world, so. But it's cool. I mean, it's cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
So were you thinking about getting it, because your name in radio in Columbus as well? So how did that kind of
I went to, when I got out of high school, went to Ohio State for communications for about a year and a half, 2 years maybe, and kind of went for me and did this thing called the American School of Broadcasting, which was like a little 6-month course that you could go into, and it would teach you how to edit tape and, backspin records and read a time clock for an hour of radio or television. And, went to work first at 3WJ in Johnstown, Ohio. And then the best gig I ever had was WBBY, which was a 24-hour jazz station out of Westerville. And I was doing midnight to 6, which was just so perfect for me at that age. But, playing Thelonious Monk and Miles Davis and, the real jazz that I love, So it's nice, being in a room by yourself, entertaining people. It's like you're sitting in their living room and they don't know it.
But you're in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That influence obviously is a part of what's coming out of you with your live performances too. I think your the jazz element of freedom and boundary.
Yeah, definitely.
But some DNA structure that keeps it
together. A little bit. Yeah, I don't do anything like any records, and Nashville's so charted out. It's got to be perfect. The music is not perfect. Music shouldn't be perfect. It should be alive and it should breathe. It doesn't have to be stagnant. Anybody can join a cover band. Anybody can be in a band if they want to be. But there's a difference between, real musicians and players. Nothing's wrong with either one of them.
Right.
I have so much respect for those guys that can go and copy a solo note for note, I can't do that. But they can. That's good. That's good.
It's all about feel.
Yeah.
Is your perspective.
Yeah, I think.
Allow yourself to feel what's happening.
Yeah.
That's how I approach music, because it's a good element.
Yeah.
So I want to back us up a little bit.
Sure.
So in between all those things, you came across our mutual friend, and I think that's a cool story for the folks that for the Zacharias story, for those who don't already know it, how you met John and
Schwab. Yeah, I would when McGuffey Lane was starting out, and they'd had the first record deal. And I was John's harmonica player when he brought the band back out in the late 90s, and we kind of formed everything. The Call Me Lucky record we did. But I used to busk down in front of Zach's, the Castle before that. But then people would be waiting an hour, and there'd be a line around the block to go see McGuffey Lane. So I'd sit there, and I was 15 years old, maybe, playing out in front, doing my thing, and watching everybody go in. And when I get done, I go around to the back door and kick on the door till the bouncers came, and I would say, I got guitars for the band, and they let me in the bar, and I sit there and watch the band, and then hitchhike home or do whatever to get home, get up, go to school in the morning. But this went on for quite a while. And those guys you'd see them walk in, John and Terry Fall and Steve Reese and all them, and they would always drop a 5 in my guitar case, and that was a huge tip. It's a huge tip today, So we just became friends, I don't know that I stalked him, but we ended up in a lot of the same places, and he needed a harmonica player, and I was it for a while, which was good, and we became the best of friends, and we write a lot of songs together now, which is great. And he's a dear part of my life, yeah. And the band's great. I mean, the history of McGuffey Lane is what everybody knows, and it's all true. It's all great stuff.
It is. And it's a hometown story.
They still sound great.
That's I was going to say, you can go see John and Molly together. I think for the most part they're duoing today.
Every Wednesday.
Today.
Regularly today.
Today we'll be doing the Amano's I Wish You kickoff party. So
you're going to be performing today?
Yeah, we're opening up the show, and then I'll go and do some songs with McGuffey. So
what time is that happening?
We go on at 7.
7 p.m.?
Yeah, in the parking lot at Amano's in Worthington Square. And I think McGuffey will go on at 8, and then they have the Buckeye Brass Band that plays on the break, and these guys are all 80 years old and more and still doing their thing, which is great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah.
The alumni bands or the games coming up. Is that next weekend?
Next week. We always do this first week.
Yeah, I think Beth's coming back from her trip to participate in that band. She's actually gonna play. She's
that's
horn
great.
player. Yeah, March.
I love that.
Yeah, good stuff. Gabrielle, what else from that? Where do you suggest we go from here? I mean, you guys have a friendship. You know each other well, and I want to give this man all the due that
Absolutely.
And some of the fun stories that he might be interested in, like American broadcast. The
school.
Who'd you go to school with there?
Christy Kemper from QFM. Yeah, she was. We didn't go to the same. We went to the same school, not at the same time, but yeah, and I did pretty well for her.
Yes,
and
it
a lot of
has.
people,
Bless
a
her
lot
heart.
of people. Yeah, there's I got students.
I've been a fan of her
everywhere.
since the first day she was on the
Me too.
radio. Remember
Yeah,
that day?
me too.
It was
Still
wild.
doing a great job. And I miss that house. That was a good place to work. That was 15 years, I think, something like that.
So you worked at QFM?
Oh yeah.
And you were on-air personality.
Yeah.
I remember those shows.
Yeah, that was fun.
And what, CD 101?
CD 101, yeah. Out in Newark. Various other institutions or places that'll get you institutionalized, I guess.
Visiting people's living rooms.
Yes, that's right.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
then the natural lead-in from meeting John and hanging out with John and being friends with John is then Ann.
Oh, my wife, yeah, we met at a gig. I was playing with McGuffey Lane, and we were doing what we called she called a political fundraiser. And they crashed the party, and I saw her at the back of the room. Kind of made my way over and introduced myself, said I was checking the sound, just trying to be cool, just trying to hit on her, really. And she was staying out in Mount Vernon, and I had a band also at the time called King Barbecue that was playing in Mount Vernon. I said, well, I'm in Mount Vernon tomorrow night. So she was living in Florida, and I was here, and it was kind of a long-distance thing for about a year. But we're still happening, Yeah, it was beautiful. And she was a big McGuffey Lane fan, so I'm sure we were in the bar at the same time, you know. So she was, you know, living in Florida and just happened to be in town. It was meant to be, for sure.
And how many years now?
23, I think. Yeah, we've been married 13. And then we moved down here and got married in Tennessee in our backyard. So that was cool. It's worked out well.
Congratulations.
I am lucky.
You are lucky.
I am very lucky, yeah.
They're magic together.
Yeah.
So I'm really good at this because that's going to introduce you playing a song I asked you to play.
Oh. Well, let's see here.
The
All right,
song
so-
to me, and this is just being strictly a fan in this case, but this song to me tells me everything I need to know about their relationship, and I just think it's beautiful. And so I generally always ask him to play this.
So Delyn Christian has a beautiful acoustic Gibson guitar. We'll try to do it some justice audially. With a live
Yeah.
adjustment.
It's always an adjustment.
My goodness.
All right, so I wrote this song when we were living here, and we had rented this house over by Whetstone High School, and it was had one of those detached garages. So the owner decided to put up a couple of cheaply built walls with no insulated windows and connect it to the house and call it a foyer, and charged us another $200 a month, and we fell for it. So we did. Used to have this room that we called the room in between the garage and the house, the green room, because it had that green fake golf course, you know, carpet in it. And it looked out into the back, you know, where her garden was. Every time it got cold, we'd have to put a big blue tarp going into the house to keep the heat, you know, into the house and not into the green room. So I guess that's how it came, you know. When you come over to our house, first room you walk into is a room we call the green room. It's got everything we buy at the Springfield flea market. We don't really need it, but we buy it anyhow. We bring it home and put it in the green room. It's got lots of nature stuff. Somehow my wife, she's managed to save every rose I ever bought for her. They sit on this box and they keep growing and growing. I like to buy roses because roses make her smile, and when she smiles, everything is right in my world. Somehow, I ended up with monkeys all over my house. I got plant stands that are monkeys, bookends that are monkeys, and monkeys in the backyard tree. But if you think about it, whenever you go to the zoo, you always end up looking at the monkeys, and the monkeys end up looking at you. And the question is, who's looking at who? There's a monkey with a plant on his head. Banana trees looking kinda dead. There's a beehive by the birdhouse, by the wall, down the window. Her old garden hat's hanging under the shelf. It holds all them roses I wish I'd growed myself. I bought them at the corner at the 5 and dime because they were cheap. She's my lover, she's my friend, she's my brother from another mother, my woman. She's the one that lifts me when I'm down. She's the one that makes me straight. Yeah, she wakes me up early, then she makes me late. She's my best friend. I like the way that sounds. Her mom and dad, they come over for breakfast and coffee every Saturday morning, and we think that you should do that because you should take care of your parents in their elder years. Her dad walks into the green room. He doesn't say anything. He just points at these 3 old antique railroad lanterns that he knows she stole from him, and he knows he's never getting them back, but he's cool with that. He walks into the kitchen, pours himself a cup of coffee, never takes his beanie hat off. He thinks it makes him look like Bronson from that TV show back in the 60s. Guy rode around on a motorcycle just trying to solve everybody's problems and get a free meal, and that's what Lou used to do. I like to buy her mama flowers too because I think every woman should get flowers for no reason at all, just because they're on this earth making our life a better place to be. Plus, Makes your little brother look really bad, and I gotta take that whenever I can. Sorry, Matt. There's 3 real lanterns she stole from her dad. A washboard that I wished I had when I was learning bluegrass back with Leslie Wayne. His dad is Mr. Dotson. She got an old desk she painted olive green. Just because she thought it'd make the scene, she paid $7.50 for it. Talked him down from 12. That's a bargain. She's my lover, she's my friend. She's my brother from another mother, my old man. She's the one that lifts me when I'm down. She's the one that makes me straight. Yeah, she wakes me up early, then she makes me late. She's my best friend. I like the way that sounds. All right, guys, listen up. Sometimes you need to stop what you're doing, turn the ball game off, look your baby deep in her eyes, and tell her how much you love her. Tell her how much your life would not be the life that you needed to be if she wasn't sitting right there beside you, telling how to run your life just a little bit better. You gotta be thankful for that. But I tell you, there's a trick. If you're just saying those words and you don't mean those words really don't mean anything at all when you're saying those words. But if you look someone deep in their eyes and you say those words and you know they mean those words and they mean the words, that's a very special place to be. You have to take care of the people that are special to you, because if you don't, you will wake up one morning and those people will be gone, and that will make you sad. There's enough sadness going around. If you wonder what the song's about, listen close and I will shout from the treetops, or maybe just from the street, because I can't climb trees anymore. I will tell everyone I know, may even shout it on the radio. I love my baby from her head to her pedicured feet. Yes, I do. She's my lover, she's my friend, she's my brother from another mother, my woman. She's the one that lifts me when I'm down. She's the one that makes me straight. Yeah, she wakes me up early, then she makes me late. She's my best friend. I like the way that sounds. Yes, I do. Zippity-dap-ba-doodle-dee-ba-doodle. Zip-bat-doodle-dee-ba-doo. Zip-bat-doodle-dee-doo-ba-doodle-dee-doo.
Bravo.
The green room.
What a delight.
Yeah.
I think I laughed through the whole first time I heard that.
I think I cried. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was very impromptu and very much appreciated.
Yeah.
What a delightful tale.
Yeah, it's all true. All the songs are true. Some people, you can't make that stuff up, you know.
No, you can't.
You can try, but it won't work.
No, and neither will that stuff that's been recorded on those receipts from Kroger back in the day.
They're getting recorded.
Good.
They're getting finished.
Good,
Yeah.
good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, bringing it all around.
Yeah. There was one we found. It was I was beat by the Bible Belt. Never forget just how that felt. Dropped to my knees and knocked in a hole. Sweet baby Jesus got to save my soul. Snakes in the church, eyes rolling back. Preacher got a brand new Cadillac. Money in a plate, money in a roll. Put your hand in his pocket and he'll save your soul. I was beat by the Bible Belt. Never forget just how that felt. Dropped to my knees, knocked in a hole. Sweet baby Jesus got to save my soul. Save my soul. Talking in tongues, tongues talking back. Do a revival by the railroad track. Pretend to make a half man whole. I kind of broke down, preacher say we broke down soul. Because I was beat by the Bible Belt. Never forget just how that felt. Dropped to my knees, knocked in a hole. Sweet baby Jesus got to save my soul. Yeah. Money in a bag. Whiskey in a bottle, time on his hand. Is he a preacher or a businessman? Steal your woman and your daughter too. Yeah, he's a devil in disguise and he's preying on you. I was beat by the Bible Belt. Never forget just how that felt. Dropped to my knees and knocked in a hole. Sweet baby Jesus got to save my soul.
Bravo.
Brand new. Kind of.
I love it.
Yeah. So that'll be on a record somewhere. I guess I'll get another record out.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a treat. Awesome.
Well, good.
Awesome.
Maybe we'll keep it.
What's
Yeah.
the story behind this Gibson guitar, sir?
Well, this is a 2002 Gibson J45 that I bought from my partner Rick Waters.
Shout out Ricky Waters.
Shout out Ricky Waters. We've been playing together 50 years. It's a great guitar. I have a '59 J45 that I was trying to retire, pretty much. J45s are workhorses. If you're out there trying to figure out what your first real guitar should be acoustically, it should be a J45 or a Martin D18. Yeah.
And there she is.
Yeah. I got a couple of those. Yeah.
Beautiful. What about the strap on that guitar, man? It's got a little road wear on it.
That was, a little bit. Tom Ebner here in town, who makes my harmonica belts and my guitar straps, he made that. Great guy. Great leather worker.
In which city does he work out of?
He's here in Columbus.
Ohio. Yeah. Beautiful.
When I had my heart belt made, I had one that I had for years, and it got stolen at a gig, and I was working at QFM at the time. I just came on and I told the story about somebody stealing my harmonica belt. And I just said, if you're a thief for a living, you should think about that. QFM 96. Here's Led Zeppelin. And the phone rings and it's Tom Ebner. And he said, what are you looking for? I said, I need a belt that will hold 12 harmonicas, and it looks like what John Wayne would wear to church. So we quickly became joined at the hip, and
he took care of you, didn't he?
He did.
Nice, man. You still have that belt?
Well, this is the second generation of it, because I wore the original one he made. I wore out. He wouldn't fix it. He fixed it a few times, and that was all because of Teebs from McGuffey Lane. Their original harmonica player was a big influence on me, and he had a belt, and so I had to have a belt made.
So my favorite thing to watch is when he will take a couple out. He puts one on top of the guitar, and then straps the other one in, and then he trades them out real fast.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Sometimes I get lucky.
You know what you're doing. How do you express through harmonica, guitar, your voice? Obviously,
I think it all kind of it's whatever cards you have in your hand, you should be able to use. The harp just came naturally for me as a young kid. You could take it with you wherever you went, because I didn't do the harmonica brace thing for years and years. I do that, but that's not my favorite way to play harp. It's kind of stifling, but you got to do it,
Yeah.
It works.
Harmonicas give him stinky leg too.
You can't help yourself, can you?
I can't. I've tried. That's why I don't get the country club gigs.
They wouldn't know what hit them.
Don't be yourself at all costs, regardless of where we are. I've always adhered to that. I think that you're a good example of somebody who is themselves and very comfortable, but you give so much.
Yeah. I'm happy with who I am.
But in giving your performances, though, and how much have you recorded?
I got 4 or 5 records, throughout the years. Just did one last year. There's a bunch of stuff on Spotify and iTunes and CD Baby, or at the gigs. I still got copies, CDs. You still play CDs. That's the problem anymore. It's like, how do you release something? To do it in vinyl, it's so much money, and not everybody has CD players anymore. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't make anything off the streaming platforms. I don't know how people do, but I don't think they do. Somebody's making money.
It's not. I understand what you're describing exactly, and it's interesting that that's where it is.
Yeah.
Right now, it's amazing to me.
Yeah.
And now AI is this artificial intelligence processor stuff is going to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
And you know, if you like that, great. You know, I don't judge it. I just I live on the ground.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate all, you know, natural aspects of you know, consuming food, consuming media,
Sure.
consuming relationships, and, you know, where you're going to spend your time with people and all that. It's all related. It's all connected.
Yeah, it's I have mixed emotions about the whole AI thing. It works. You can sound really good, but are you really writing it? You know, and that's why everything coming out of Nashville sounds the same. I think, you know,
Processed.
'cause they're just, you know,
Running through the standard.
yeah, right,
thing.
right. That's okay.
Okay, so let's steer it back one more time.
Yeah.
To a couple of pretty analog dudes, Phil and Rick.
Yeah,
I
Phil.
think it's an important part of your story too.
Phil and Neri. Yeah, well, Ricky, I was stalking Ricky. You
And
know,
I mean-
when I played
Rick
Waters.
Okay.
Yeah. He was playing down at Ruby Tuesday. This band called the Vector. Had the International Balloon Band before that, and the Vectors, and I was just trying to let somebody, you know, let me play harmonica with him, which he did, and we became great friends, and still to this day are. You know, we raised our kids together. We're raising our grandkids together. Still making music. He's the computer guy, and that's where I cut all my records, at his house. Everybody says, you know, you live in Nashville and you come to Ohio to cut your records. I say, yes, I do.
It's because Ricky Waters is in
Yeah,
Ohio.
Ricky
Man.
and I have been playing just about 50 years together. Phil and I, pretty much the same. Probably closer to 40 some years, but you know, great soulmates.
Incredible.
They're traveling to Tennessee next month. I'm doing a John Prine tribute show. The Uncle Dave Making Days. They always come down and do that for me. We've done that here at Natalie's before, and it's worked out really well. It's cool.
Yep. People love what's real.
Yeah.
There's pockets of the population that are still. I mean, I think I'm sitting in a room with two, right, or three, I should say, to keep it real.
Yeah.
Live music is a passion area
important.
for me. I go see it. I support it as much as I can, and local too. You know, and working with Gabrielle has been a lot of fun for me. You know,
Sure.
and some others in town.
Yeah.
Doing what I can to help contribute what I can. You know, it's fun. And Ricky, and then there was somebody.
Phil Maneri, bass player.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Yes, he
Fifth
is.
Avenue Fred Shop. Pete Carey was part of the band when I was here all the time, and various drummers. Jeff Peters, a great drummer, played together for years and years. Jimmy Casto, and now we're using Benny Maneri, who's 16, and he's just killing it.
He is killing it,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he'll be with me Sunday night. It's be great. See there is hope. There is hope with the youth of today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a great run. I mean, I still come back here three or four times a year and do various shows.
It's really fun to watch you with the Fret Shop Band
Yeah,
because the joy
it's pretty cool.
is just very shared, and it just comes oozing off the stage, and
Yeah.
then we all get to.
They know
It's
what I'm
great.
going to do before I do it. We were doing some new songs that I wrote last night, and just like, here's a new one. Okay, let's go.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't know any better, you would think they had been practicing it for ages or playing it for years.
Rehearsal is so overrated.
Yeah, there's somebody else in this room that has that same perspective. Do your homework.
I miss being able to rehearse.
It's
Spend
fun
the
when you
day.
can. I
Yeah.
mean,
It is. I think you do it when it makes sense to do it, right? Like if
Yeah.
there's in my case, it would be if there's a big show coming
Yeah.
up. I would prefer to do
Sure,
a run for
sure.
at least. Let's just do one note
Right,
at least,
right.
like, together. Like,
Yeah.
is it, but it just depends. A lot of times that organic magic,
Yeah.
without a rehearsal though,
Right.
I'm sure is
Oh,
where
yeah. That's where the best
They live
is
there.
at some
you
point.
you live. Yes.
Yeah, right, you live on the edge. Yeah, that's for sure.
What's the funniest thing that's happened on the road, man?
Boy, there's a bunch of those. we would, when I was traveling with McGuffey Lane, we had like a mobile, it wasn't really a tour bus, it was a big RV that, we could all ride in, and we would, wherever little town we were in, we would stop at some bar, and just take it over. And there were some moments, where, just crazy moments. Yeah, there's bar fights.
You're not going to tell us?
Well, one we had a couple guitar players. Craig Goodwin, God rest his soul, and Mike Nugent was both playing in the band, and we went into this little biker bar, and Craig's just dressed to the nines, and he immediately puts his back to the wall, and Mike Nugent's like, Craig, do you ever feel like just getting in a fight? No, Mike, I don't. I think I'm going to start a fight with that guy right there. He points at this big guy playing pool. And oh, my God. The rest was history, Oh. Katie bar the door. Oh. Let's run. But, yeah, there's all kinds of should write a book, road experiences, that's for sure. One of the best ones, though, I was playing at Antique Archaeology in Nashville when I first moved down there. And I'm playing along, this guy comes up and he's got an Ohio State sweatshirt on, and he keeps looking at me. And, I know you. And I take a break and he goes, you used to live in Columbus? I said, yeah. He goes, you used to play up at Coach's on Bethel Road? I did. He goes, and you're part of McGuffey Lane, right? I said, yes, I am. He goes, honey, come here. This is John Schwab. I took a picture,
Right on.
I told Schwab that, and he goes, did you tell him differently? I said, no, they think I'm John Schwab now. So
That's wild.
They got an autograph.
Yeah, they did.
You're not going to throw John under the bus. Everything you said has been so endearing.
Yes,
Meeting
it is.
him, all
I'm
the
not throwing him
music
under the bus.
together, working. Have you worked with Molly along the way, too?
Oh, yeah, Molly's
during those
a
years?
dream. I mean, I still, get calls to sub with the band when I can make it, I do. But Molly's father was my teacher in high school. So that's we've been connected ever.
And what a lovely man.
Yeah, Ray Pauken is great, and Molly's just a genius.
Yeah.
She's not only just a musical genius, she's a great human being.
Mm-hmm.
She's just nice to talk to. Will show you anything she knows. If she can teach you something, she will be the first one to give it to you. So she's been a big blessing. And that whole McGuffey Lane family and the Columbus music family has been great for me and to me since 1974. So that's why I keep coming back.
Coming back to the Columbus, Ohio area, and your shows are
they're fun.
Very full of people that appreciate what you do.
Yeah, that's great. I got to relearn my own songs when I come back here because I do all cover tunes in Tennessee. I get all originals here, so that'll be nice. That's nice. That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
It's time for one
Gabrielle.
more
She's got
original.
something on her mind.
Yeah, I was just trying to pick one. It's because I have 15 I would pick.
Yeah.
How about Grandpa's Barn?
Oh, wow.
Or is it Grandma's Barn or Grandpa's Barn?
Grandpa's Barn.
Okay, I had it right the first time. Grandma's in the song.
Yeah.
I feel like these songs just say as much about you as anything you could say yourself anyway.
I tune because I care. My grandfather had a small tobacco farm in Churchill, Tennessee, which is East Tennessee, and we would always go there for our family vacations in the summertime. We'd spend the summer at my grandfather's farm. baling hay and putting up tobacco and doing all that kind of stuff. And it was great spending time with my cousins and my family. And there's a barn back there. It's still standing today. It's over 100 years old. And we would play up in it, cowboys and Indians. And we'd have the tobacco stakes that you hang tobacco on. If you've never hung tobacco, when they dry it, you put it on these big tobacco stakes and you hang it in the barn so it can dry. And those were our rifles. And it was cool to hang out with my grandfather, learn the history of our family, because so many times that's forgotten. And kids don't know where they come from. So if you can hang out with your grandparents, you should certainly do that. He used to live right behind that hill. His old farmhouse stands there still. There's a barn out back up behind the house. Holds Grandpa's tractor and Grandpa's mouse. In the summertime it would get so hot up there in my favorite spot. Why, back then it was a simple time. Grandpa's barn sipping Grandpa's wine. I need to go back. Time is gonna roll back. I need to put my soul back in Grandpa's barn. I wanna set the band up. No need to crank the amps up. We'll be flat top picking like a chicken out in Grandpa's barn. Grandpa's barn. Tobacco crops, they must get sold. Mr. Tillman's walking down the middle of the road. He's got faded overalls that are 10 years new. Got a Purple Heart in World War II. He used to sit with my granddad. Mr. Tillman was the best friend my granddad had. There were Reverend Herb and Reverend D. Same breast, I'd chicken and pass it to me. I need to go back. Time is gonna roll back. I need to put my soul back in Grandpa's barn. I wanna set the band up. No need to crank the amps up. Big flat top picking like a chicken out in Grandpa's barn. Back in Grandpa's barn. My grandma, she taught school. My granddad taught my dad to be cool. Was a very sad day when my grandma died. Yeah, I ran to the barn and I cried and cried. I need to go back. Time is gonna roll back. I need to put my soul back in Grandpa's barn. I wanna set the band up. No need to crank the amps up. We'll be flat top picking like a chicken out in Grandpa's barn. Grandpa's barn. Grandpa's barn. Oh, got the early morning vocals.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
I love that.
Grandpa's barn, yeah, good song. Better place.
Okay, I can't wait anymore. Because would you please play Dancing in the Kitchen too? That's also one of my favorites. It's
Wow.
so cute. And is it okay if I join you a little bit?
Sure,
Okay.
sure. This one got me into the Bluebird. I'll be at the Bluebird Cafe a week from tomorrow again.
It's so good.
2020, I was part of the Middle Tennessee songwriting contest and came in second with this song. But people at the Bluebird they enjoyed my performance and considered it my audition. So I've been up there about 7 or 8 times. So this is one I wrote once again for my wife. If I can hit the notes. When we would first date, I was playing 6 nights a week and working in the morning, so we'd get done with the gigs and get home about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and we'd start dancing in the kitchen. So the 4-hour window of sleep turns into 2 hours, and do it all over again. So this is, about dancing with your honey. If you haven't danced with your honey in the kitchen in a while, you should. Ooh.
It's the best.
She only dances in the kitchen to the radio. Her little hip, it starts a-twitching when the lights go low. She starts to shimmy, she starts to shake. Turn up the radio for heaven's sake. We're dancing in the kitchen, we're fixing to make us some love. She never dances in the nightclubs where everybody can see. She only dances for the dishes, she only dances for me. Well, you can take all your girls dancing high up on a pole. Meet me in the kitchen and we'll cook it real slow. We're dancing in the kitchen, we're fixing to make us some love. Oh! She does the pony in the pantry, does the monkey down the hall. She does the mashed potato, baby, that ain't all. She likes to shimmy, shimmy, and she likes to come about. Oh, she's dancing in the kitchen and she is smoking hot. She likes to say, come help me, baby, I'm making up some lovey-dovey stew. Come put your garlic with my onions, and we can melt some butter too. Well, she puts her arms around me and we start to sway. Never had a woman ever treat me this way. We're dancing in the kitchen, we're fixing to make us some love. Dancing in the kitchen, we're fixing to make us some love. Dancing in the kitchen, we're fixing to make us some love. Oh yeah, we're gonna make us some love. We're gonna make us some love. Well yeah, we'll make us some love. Oh yeah, we're gonna make us some love.
So freaking.
Of course, I love it. It's blues.
Blues is good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's it's been
It works.
the basis for many.
Sure.
Beautiful song.
Thank you.
Beautiful,
Appreciate it.
fun music. Music
Appreciate
making
it.
you happy,
Yeah.
thinking about good times,
Nice to be here.
about life,
Think about it.
the best things in life.
That's right. Don't take them for granted.
No.
That's for sure.
I keep saying lately, for me, I'm in the fourth quarter and the clock's broke.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I understand that.
Be good, through the duration.
I understand that.
Do the best you can.
That's for sure.
I mean, more so than it's fourth quarter, man.
Yeah.
And it's a good time. I think it's the best time to
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Exactly.
That's for sure.
Dance in the kitchen as long as
That's
you can.
right. By golly.
I think we all should carry around the old cash register receipts in our back pocket.
That's right. Write it down or you'll forget it. Gotta write it down.
And it's serving you today, isn't it?
It is.
That's
It
the
is.
coolest damn thing about this whole conversation is that you have that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
And so much in between that's like just a mountain of joy
Yeah.
that you've brought to so many people, man.
yeah, it's cool.
Oh, and then even now in Tennessee, every Sunday.
We have a nice jam we do. Invite people up and turn it into a pretty cool thing.
Very cool.
Some amazing dudes in that band
Yeah,
too.
it's blessed to be around
Tennessee
great musicians.
area. Yeah.
There's so many good pickers everywhere. They're everywhere. Yeah.
It's a good place to reside, it seems, for you.
It's working
Right
for
where
me.
you are.
Yeah, it's working for me, that's for sure.
Well, we're grateful that it seemed you're from Kentucky originally. You grew up in Columbus and spent all this time in the Columbus area.
Yeah.
You're now in Tennessee, but we're blessed that you pass through and you come back.
It's fun.
And when you come back, I think a lot show you how much you're still appreciated here.
That's nice. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Columbus.
There's only one.
Oh, it's good to be here.
There's only one. There's only one.
The one, the only. That's me. That's for sure.
Where else should we go, Gabrielle? I'm looking for a little air cover.
Well, off his last album, the one song that always resonated with me is "When the Cows Come Home," but we can't.
I
Be
can't
sure if
remember
we can
that one
recall
right
it.
now.
Yeah, that
It's
was
all right.
I thought it would be a fun way to end. It's really cute.
Yeah.
But anyway, check out that last album. What is that? I Used to Be Me.
Used to be me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your last album.
Yeah. I'll play that song. I've been playing this tune around my house, and my wife was like, "Who? What is that?" I said, "I wrote it." When? I said, "That was before you," but when I got diagnosed with my cancer and all that, my girlfriend from high school, which tonight is our 47th anniversary or reunion for Centennial High School, be happening at Hermanos tonight with the gig. But Leslie Sopko was her name, and we, first love and all that into college, and went our separate ways. And she started talking with my wife on Facebook Messenger when she found out that I was sick. And she'd been a cancer research journalist since college, so she knew everything I was going through and where I needed to go, which was cool. And the song I had written in high school and never recorded until this last record. So sometimes they sit around in the closet, but they're still. That was one of the reasons I think I got fired from my band in high school, because we were doing all the Skinner and 38 Special and Led Zeppelin and AC/DC. I was coming in with like, here's a new one. I used to be the one to hold you close. It used to be me that you wanted the most. Somewhere down the line I let you slip away. Was I looking for a brighter day? Some kind of sign to show me the way. Girl, I didn't mean to confuse you with my heart. Used to call you up every now and then just to say hello as the day would begin. Lately it seems I have forgotten to call. I know I've neglected a lot of things. One of them was you, so it seems. Won't say I'm sorry cause I've said it so much before. But it would be so nice to hold you. I don't mean for just one night. It would be so nice to kiss your lips in the morning light. But I know those heartaches just won't go away. Maybe I can hold you another night. See you another day. Play it, Ricky. I won't confuse you, girl, I'll just leave you alone. I'll keep my feelings to myself, I write them down in my songs. And when I see you with another man, I'll smile from across the room. It's funny, paybacks are a son of a bitch. I gave your love away too soon. But it would be so nice to hold you. I don't mean for just one night. It would be so nice to kiss your lips in the morning light. But I know those heartaches just won't go away. Baby, I just pray that you might stay with me another day. Kiss me.
Perfect.
Good night, Cleveland.
Oh man,
Yeah, look it up online. Used to be me.
used to be me.
Yeah.
Beautiful song.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, love it.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Good afternoon.
Oh, it was an honor.
Cool.
Honor. Yep. And Gabrielle, thank you. Thank you for your connection and
My pleasure.
just beautiful, and you know, and playing some live tunes here too.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. You know, we do have had that, but you know, for you, you know, it's such a gift to hear you do
Cool, I
this.
appreciate
like,
that.
Right in front of me.
Yeah.
It's just like, my God.
Oh, good.
It's like. Like I said, you know, I try to not be so much a fanboy, but I do appreciate
I
you so
appreciate that,
much, and
yeah.
so many do, man.
Thank you so
So
much.
many do,
Yeah.
so many.
Support local music. That's what it's all about.
Right on.
Amen.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. All right, episode number 121. Delyn Christian. Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Perfection.